Hey, it's Unknown Artist!
Yeah, you gotta start. You gotta start.
Oh, okay. To perform live would probably be. We're talking about performing.
Yeah.
Welcome to the jungle, Guns N'
Ooh,
So much
that's a good
energy
one.
behind that
That
one.
was a good one.
It's a good one.
I would have to say Carry On My Wayward Son, just because
Ooh.
I get seriously into that.
I did not expect that at all.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
I did not.
What did you think it was gonna be?
I thought you were going to be Youth Gone Wild, to be honest.
Really?
True, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
My favorite song to perform is one that we don't do a whole lot.
Really?
I Believe in a Thing Called Love, The
Oh,
Darkness.
yeah. The ending?
I get,
Because of the
I,
lyrics?
yes, that. But like, I feel like I just kind of exaggerate a whole lot, like over the
Yeah.
top on that song.
That's
And
your
at the end, I figured out how to stand up and
That
play.
was fun.
What do you?
My favorite song to perform is definitely Paradise City. Because
Ooh,
Really?
oh, that's a high
Okay.
energy.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
fun,
hype
but
song.
like it's
I'm
fun for
dead
the
at
first
the end.
half, and then the
Yep.
second half's like,
Yeah.
okay, let's do this.
For
Let's
sure.
say Paradise City.
For sure. Yeah.
But I have guilty pleasure. I'm pretty open about all the music I listen to. I don't have guilty pleasure music.
Ooh, guilty pleasure. All right, Savannah.
Okay.
Wanna go ahead?
Probably like Disney or Disney pop.
Oh yeah, for
Like,
sure.
Actually, I'll not feel guilty about the Disney like soundtracks, like the musical soundtracks.
Yeah,
But like the Disney pop is where it gets kind of like.
Disney Channel,
Wow.
iconic.
Yeah.
All right, I'd have to double off that. It would be
Yeah.
like Disney Channel pop, but then recently, if I'm gonna get like super specific, I'm just gonna go for it. I got Disney Plus, whoop whoop, and on there they have the original, a new original series called High School Musical, the musical series.
Yeah.
Yes, and they have some music on there that just is really, really good, and I think it's super cool because the actors themselves wrote some of them, so that's
Wow, I
what
didn't
I've
know
been binge
Very
listening
cool.
to.
Very cool.
I don't have guilty pleasure music. Like everything I listen to is pretty.
You'll own it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's really a guilty pleasure, but I don't listen to it a whole lot. I listen to country every once in a while, and I love the two artists that I listen to is Carrie Underwood and Crystal Bowershoff.
Oh,
The
Carrie
only
Underwood
two
is
country
okay,
artists
fair.
that I listen
Carrie
to.
Underwood's
Fair.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really have guilty pleasure, so to say,
No shame.
but there is one artist that I thoroughly enjoy that a lot of people probably wouldn't expect.
Is it Nickelback? Thank Christ.
I really, really enjoy listening to Kelly Clarkson.
Yes, Kelly Clarkson. Yes.
Powerhouse vocalist.
She's got some good stuff.
Respect. Yeah,
Good
respect.
Yes. Dude, I jam out to Kelly Clarkson every day. Like, I'm not gonna lie. All right, Sav.
Okay,
What do you got for us?
As a front woman, I definitely have a lot of these. Probably like the most recently, most funny one was we were at 26 Acres. And I said, this is like the first word that comes out of my mouth because I was announcing that we were doing a sound check. And I said, hey, armored cow. I was like, oh my God.
Wow,
Which
wrong
also,
venue.
That was
which
funny.
also is another brewery that we play.
I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it at first.
I
until
turned
Josh
around and I looked at Kylie and I was like,
I was like, no, it was so good though, because it's like, dude, we laugh about that all the time.
It's a
Speaking
real
of ones we
thing.
laugh about.
Oh, good lord. All right, my turn.
Yeah.
We were playing at Moochie's, and I went over. Me and Matthew tend to switch sides because I'm standing by the piano and he plays some keys for the beginning.
Of Wanted Dead or Alive, by the way.
Oh,
Wanted
yeah,
Dead or
I
Alive.
skipped
Wanted
the
Dead or
song.
Alive.
My
I was
bad.
about to say.
So I'm standing by his mic, and I'm like fixing it a little bit, like lowering it so it's by my face. Well, I didn't tighten it very much. So I'm singing and we're playing, and then as we're singing, here's the mic. It starts to drop lower and lower and lower every verse until it's like right here on me, and I'm like doing half split, and then eventually I just gave up and I was on my knees singing in the microphone,
It's coming.
and then like ended the song like on the ground. Tried to make it dramatic and like part of the song, but it was the whole part. I was literally like laughing. So I
The video was so
what
funny.
do I do?
Yeah.
At Trail House, we were playing When the Curtain Falls, and I have like this little fill at the very, very, very end. I have this iconic fill that I always play. I play it true to the recording. And I dropped my stick as soon as I went to go play it, and everybody was like expecting it and looking at me. Like even them three were all staring at me. They were all staring at me. They're like, yes.
Red Seas parted.
Matthew's mom was in the audience, like air drumming to nothing because I dropped my stick, and I just kind of like awkwardly played it off, and was like, yeah, I meant to do that. Yeah, a lot of drop sticks are probably. It's probably it for me. Just drop sticks.
I was on my knees, and I got up. I started walking backwards, and I got up. As I was getting up, I tripped and fell completely backwards. And I caught myself with my hands, and my guitar just started ringing out a bunch of nonsense because my hands weren't on it. And I caught myself and got back up and started playing.
The greatest part about that was being in the very back and watching both him falling and the audience going, oh, shit.
My advice for younger musicians would be always play like what you love. But play what you love to play, and yeah, definitely don't let anyone like take that away from you, and don't let anyone take away your creativity.
Yeah,
for sure.
Right on.
Yeah.
I think that musicians are very, very caught up, especially when forming a group or a band. Musicians are very caught up in trying to be the best at their instrument. You know, and that's always a good thing, you know, but I'm never going to be the fastest drummer. I'm never going to be the most technical. I think that it's important for all musicians to focus on what makes you guys sound good. My advice would just be to focus on
Your strengths.
Yeah, focus on your strengths. Focus on what you can do to contribute to the collective sound. Because if y'all find that sound, regardless of if you can shred, and that's just a big plus. But once you get that bass, you're set. You're set.
So I would say that one thing, it's kind of not directly connected to music, it's just kind of like a life thing. Whenever opportunities come your way, don't shut them down because you think you're not good enough, or because you're afraid of what it could happen, or you're worried that you might not fit in, because like there are many times, especially in the music world, where you're like, it's such a competitive industry.
Yeah.
There's like always gonna be someone who's better. There's always gonna be another like style that like surpasses someone does something else. But the only thing you can do is take the opportunities when they come your way. Like, you'd be surprised what you give a chance on that ends up becoming something just you could not live without. Literally.
Yeah, don't be scared to share your talents with others. Like, be confident, because you can always learn from any musician.
Yes.
Such a good
yes,
one.
I preach that every day. Sorry, I should have said that.
And also, follow what you're passionate about, and keep in mind what intrinsically motivates you to produce your sound, produce your music, whether you're a vocalist or instrumentalist or whatever. Keep in sight what makes you passionate about doing it, so that you continue to do it and not get so bored of it.
The moment you lose or forget what you're passionate about is when practicing feels like a chore.
Tedious.
So that's a good one.
Yeah.
For sure.